Welcome back, narrative archaeologists, to another chapter in our journey through the refracted truths of history. Last time, we followed Kalen as he deciphered the echoing labyrinth, a narrative that nearly trapped him in an infinite loop of someone else's grief. He escaped, but not without a cost. The experience left a psychic scar, a lingering echo in his own mind, making him question where the narratives ended and his own reality began. Today, we plunge into the depths with him, into a story that promises to change not just his world, but ours. This is Chapter 6, The Ocean That Breathes Through Time. Kalen stands at the edge of the Pacific, the chronicle refractor humming softly in his hand. The device, usually a tool of the mind, now feels like an anchor pulling him toward the water. His mission is clear, yet terrifying. The archive isn't in a library or a server farm. It's at the bottom of the ocean. He's looking for the drowned archive, a place spoken of only in whispers among the most esoteric narrative circles. It's said to hold the First Flood narrative, a story so ancient, so fundamental, it could rewrite our understanding of the planet itself. He takes a deep breath, the salty air stinging his lungs, and secures the rebreather. The chronicle refractor is now encased in a waterproof housing, its light a lonely beacon against the gray sky. He steps into the cold embrace of the surf, and the world above disappears, replaced by a realm of shimmering blue and green. As he descends, the pressure builds, a physical manifestation of the weight of the story he's about to unearth. Schools of fish dart past him like living data streams, and the swaying kelp forests resemble colossal, forgotten bookshelves. Down, down he goes, into the twilight zone where sunlight struggles to reach. The refractor pulses with a steady rhythm, a digital heartbeat in the silent abyss. It's leading him to a trench, a dark scar on the ocean floor. According to the fragmented data he'd pieced together, this is the entrance to the drowned archive. As he approaches, he sees it. It's not a structure of stone or metal, but something far stranger. It's a massive bioluminescent coral formation, glowing with an internal, ethereal light. It pulses slowly, rhythmically, like a living, breathing organism. This is the heart of the archive. Kalen extends his hand, the refractor whirring to life as it makes contact with the glowing coral. The connection is instantaneous and overwhelming. The water around him seems to fizz, and the world dissolves into a torrent of sensory data. He's no longer Kalen, the narrative archaeologist. He is a part of the ocean's memory. The First Flood narrative isn't a story written down. It's a memory encoded into the very water molecules, a story that has been told and retold with every tide for millennia. He sees a civilization, long before our own, with cities that integrated seamlessly with nature. They were brilliant, not just in technology, but in their deep understanding of the planet's systems. They faced a climate crisis of Gigich's own making, a runaway greenhouse effect that threatened to boil their world. Their solution was audacious, almost mythic. Instead of building walls against the rising seas, they decided to partner with them. They didn't fight the ocean. They taught it. Through a form of bioacoustic resonance, they taught the oceans how to absorb and sequester excess carbon, essentially turning the planet's largest ecosystem into a planetary lung. Kalen witnesses the process, a symphony of light and sound that recalibrates the entire biosphere. The oceans learned to remember the carbon, locking it away in stable deep-sea formations. The crisis was averted. The world was saved. But the knowledge, the very memory of this civilization, was stored within the ocean itself, becoming the drowned archive. They sacrificed their place in history to become a part of the planet's living memory, a parable of ultimate symbiosis. The experience is profound. Kalen feels the ebb and flow of 10,000 years of tides, the silent wisdom of the deep. He understands that our current climate crisis isn't a new problem, but a forgotten one. The solution isn't just in new technology, but in remembering this ancient pact, in learning to listen to the ocean's story once more. The narrative is a blueprint, a message in a bottle sent across the ages. The weight of this revelation is immense, a truth that could change everything, but the connection is unstable. The sheer volume of data, the immense timescale, is too much for a single human mind. The chronicle refractor begins to overheat, its warnings flashing red inside the housing. The narrative is fighting back, not with malice, but with its sheer, overwhelming presence. It's a story that doesn't want to be excavated. It wants to be experienced, to be lived. Kalen feels his consciousness beginning to dissolve, to merge with the ocean's memory. He's drowning not in water but in history. With the last of his strength, he rips the refractor away from the coral. The connection snaps. The torrent of information ceases, leaving only a deafening silence and the crushing pressure of the deep. He's disoriented, his re-brother showing critical oxygen levels. Panic sets in. He kicks frantically, ascending toward the distant, shimmering surface. The world is a blur of blue and bubbles. He has to get back. He has to share what he's found. He breaks the surface, gasping for air, the sun blinding him. He tears off the re-brother and looks around, trying to get his bearings. The city skyline is where it should be. The familiar shapes of the buildings are there. But something is horribly, fundamentally wrong. He's not at the beach. He's in the middle of his own street, a block from his apartment. And the street is submerged. Ankle-deep, maybe shin-deep salt water laps against the buildings, against the parked cars. The water is unnervingly warm, and the smell... It's not the familiar scent of the modern ocean. It's ancient, primeval. It smells of brine and minerals and a deep biological richness. It smells of 10,000-year-old plankton. Kalen stares in disbelief. The drowned archive hasn't just been excavated. It has surfaced. The narrative hasn't just been read. It has bled through into his reality. The ocean that breathes through time is breathing into his world. The first flood has returned. What does this mean? Has he broken the pact, or has he reactivated it? The line between story and reality has not just been blurred. It has been completely and utterly submerged. And that is where we leave Kalen, standing in the impossible waters of a forgotten age, his greatest discovery threatening to drown his entire world. The story is far from over. The refracted truth is only getting deeper. Thank you for joining us on this dive into the Drowned Archive. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, because you will not want to miss what happens next. Awaiting you in our next chronicle is a story that will twist your perception of identity itself. Prepare for Chapter 7, Myra Chin's duplicate suicide note. The unwritten ending is about to be revealed. We'll see you then.